Hey, good morning. This is Jerry over at Wealth Dynamics. Hope you're having a good day today. I'm just leaving the gym Sunday morning, finished my workout, and I'm coming to you live to talk to you about how to build momentum with money. And the reason I share this is one of the basic laws of economics is called monetary velocity. Monetary velocity. It's the speed and power with which money moves. And so an economy that is banging on all cylinders has a very high monetary velocity, meaning the money moves back and forth, it transfers hands easily, it's being exchanged. And a very poor economy, maybe that one that's in a recession or even a depression, has a very slow monetary velocity. Money doesn't move very much. There is a stagnation. People are afraid to spend, exchanges go down, and the money is kind of just sitting around and not doing much. So if you're looking at your finances, I want to share with you really quickly how to create velocity, how to create momentum with your money. And the reason why that's important is you want to be a healthy personal economy. After all, the word economy does refer to the managing of your own household. And so if you look at your own household, you can actually gauge the financial condition of your household by how quickly money moves. Okay, now you have to have two things moving here. You've got to have income moving and you've got to have expenses moving. So some of y'all are watching, you're like, Jerry, I got no problem moving money. Okay, I can spend the money real good. I'm very talented in that area of money, but that's not the only thing you want to do. You also want to have the income. So you have to be able to exchange money out and exchange money in at a rapid pace and have control, the ability to start, change, and stop those cycles basically at will. And that's a sign of a healthy economy. Now, one of the things you can do to create momentum is to have a continuation of a successful action. And I want to refer to mostly savings. When I talk about this today with savings, a lot of people will save money and they don't really have a purpose. It's just a security gland. Like we are happy with money in the bank. We feel good about it. It makes us feel more safe, so we do it, right? But what does that money actually do? Does that money just sit in your account? Because if it does, what's happening is you have a very slow monetary velocity. That is actually going to hold you back. That money is stagnating. Most of us don't really realize this, but money that's not growing, we'll just call it cash. Cash is actually a liability. If you're just sitting money around in a bank not doing anything with it, it's actually a liability. And the reason why is inflation. It goes down in value every single year, and a low conservative average is 4% annually. So your money goes down in value by about 4% each year, which means that if you're hanging on to cash, you literally have that as a liability. If you look at banks, and this is gonna blow your mind, if you look at a bank that has cash deposits considers that a liability. When a bank is holding cash deposits, they consider that a liability on their balance sheet. A bank that has that cash deposited but lended out, earning for them, now we would say that's debt, but the bank says that's an asset because the money is growing. The money is outpacing inflation. The money is working. So they consider it an asset if it's out working for them. They consider it a liability if the money is not working for them and it's stagnating, because they understand the rules of economics. So if you're watching this right now and you're like, hey, I've got 5, 10, 15, 20 grand in the bank right now. It is just a security fund. I don't do much with it. I don't know why it's there. It just makes me feel good to have some. I want to share with you a solution, and it's called the sacred account. You guys have heard me talk about the sacred account if you've seen any of my videos. If you're just watching this, I want to share this account with you as well. The sacred account is an account that you set up. The reason we call it the sacred account is it's where you're going to keep your saved income for the sole purpose of investing for cash flow. Okay? And the reason why this account helps with building momentum and velocity with your money is with a traditional bank, you put the money in the account, money doesn't grow while it's in there, right? We can all admit your savings rate is nothing. It doesn't do anything for you. So the money doesn't grow while it's in the account, and logically speaking, when you take the money out of the account, it also doesn't grow. The bank's not gonna keep paying you interest on money that you took out, right? Now with the sacred account, when you put the money in there, it earns a 6 to 8% gross annual dividend. That means each year you're earning a 6 to 8% dividend on the money in the account. So it grows substantially higher than a bank does, and it outpaces inflation. It's a great asset class for that. Now the second thing is when you take the money out of your sacred account, guess what? Your sacred account keeps paying you that same exact dividend rate as if the money was never withdrawn. imagine going to a bank that was like, hey, I'm going to pay you 6 to 8% on the money in the account. And if you take the money out of the account, I'm going to pay you 6 to 8% still, even though the money's not really in there. So if you're watching this today, I want to make you a really quick offer. Right now, we're offering to set up your sacred account. I want to give you more information on that. I just posted a link in the comments. So if you're like, hey, what is a sacred account? How do I do one? There's a couple things you need to know. Okay, the sacred account does utilize life insurance. Now, it's different than you've ever seen before. If you're like, hey, life insurance, I've heard never to put money there. Look at this version of it. It's very different than what you've heard Dave Ramsey and Sue Zorman talk about and the other financial gurus out there. The second thing you need to understand, the sacred account needs to be designed properly, and you can't design one yourself. You have to have a licensed agent. If you don't have a licensed agent, there's no way you can set up a sacred account. And so I'm a licensed agent. I can help you with it. But the first thing I want to do is educate you. So if you're watching this and you're like, all right, I do want to learn more about it. Doesn't mean I'm ready to sign up yet. Doesn't mean I'm sold on this thing. But it sounds intriguing and I would like some more information. Click on the link in the comments. It's called sacredaccount.com. There's no gimmicks. There's nothing for sale on that page. If you go there, it's free information. Okay, there's a whole page of info that tells you how the account works. If you want even more info, submit your info to me. I can send you some more so you can look at it. I've actually got real life sacred accounts posted on that site so you can see year by year historically the dividend being paid out, the account growing, and how it actually works in real life. So I hope that that makes sense to you. Thank you for watching. Again, go to sacredaccount.com, sacredaccount.com. One more time, sacredaccount.com. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you guys next time.